to their lead. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts. Not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's second down. Back to throw. Nix. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. Looking to throw. Nix. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Brandon Powell deep from Minnesota. Shedding through the defense. A solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Play action. It's Darnold. That's down the field for Jefferson. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Broncos will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, this defense was victimized earlier in this opening quarter. This time, a measure of revenge.
Well, they always tell defenses you have to have a short memory. But I also think it helps if you remember what happens to you before, and now you're able to flip it around. They didn't want to show weakness and let this offense think they could do whatever they want. And they turned things around in that case and picked one off themselves.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Nix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. On play action, here's Nix. He'll drop this down to Williams. Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Bought him a little extra space. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it second down. Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on third down, it's Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Broncos first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Williams going to get it again on second down. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun is Nix. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they get on the board, trailing now 8-3. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 18 yards the gain for number 18. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 42. Back to throw, Darnold. And it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take over here up near the 40.
Let's go! Let's go!
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Nix from the shotgun. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and now it's 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Nix. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a give up the middle to Williams. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Back to throw. Nix. A spectacular catch by Sutton. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. Operating from the gun. Nix will get that complete to Vele. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line. Looking to throw. Nix. And a quick throw here. That's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 2nd down. 2 minutes to play in the first half of an 8-3 game. 2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. Back to throw. Nix. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to the air with Nix. That is caught by Williams for a Denver touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch, and the Broncos have taken the lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is now 2. A 10-play drive that time. And it was Javonte Williams who capped it all off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Off of play action, Darnold. And Darnold got to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Riley Moss. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Throwing on 1st and 10 is Nix. Man open left side, it's Williams. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Nix over the middle. He finds Vele. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. 3rd and a yard. Here's Nix. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Now a timeout called for by the offense as he'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Nix to throw on first down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And running with power here. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Marvin Mims, 30. Yards. And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 17-8. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one.
Now that certainly solidifies how to attack this 2-minute drill right before the half. I don't think they were going to try and run out the clock, but now after that big play, their thoughts are certainly of trying to score and get some points before the half.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. On 1st and 10, Darnold. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now Darnold. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that will make this a 16-point lead. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. Getting through the break at record pace and right back to football. Third quarter, here we go. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Open man is the tight end Troutman. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Or maybe the 17-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. On 1st down, Darnold. And this one is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Nix. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Boy, a big play right there.